What's up, guys? Welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we have Feitan. Probably not pronouncing that correctly, but he's from Hunter x Hunter. He's a member of the Phantom Trope. You know, no spoilers. I think he's got that power, you know, like the sun and stuff. If I remember right, I think that's him. I'll just check. I'll make sure. Hold on. So, center point about here. Come up, over to the right hand side. Right, so up a bit, over, and we're going to start with his right eyelid. So very slender eyes. We go up, across, like so, to start. We give him a bit of a spike at the end and back down into here. And of course you can thicken up the top eyelid in anime characters a little bit on this character anyway. And then his bottom eyelid comes down, back up into here. Okay, very thin eyes. You can join it to the pupil or the tear duct if you want, but not 100% necessary. His iris is like just under his eyelid here, like so. And I think his eyes are just black or dark grey, so I'll just colour them in black, and if you need to change them you can if they're dark grey. They look black in the picture I'm drawn from. So he's a top eyelid line just up here, and he actually has some lines going around his eye as well, so like this kind of thing just here, and I think something coming down under his eye there. Okay, so we're eye distance in Hunter x Hunter, I think. Well, I think we are. In some of the characters we are. So what I mean by that is the distance between his eyes is an eye distance. So if this width in between here will give you where to start the next eye, right? So tear duct to the back of his eye, that distance should fit in between his eyes, okay? So you just do the next eye the same way. So, of course, some of these eyes are underneath hair, so they'll be covered by hair sometimes. Right? Same type of shape again, very thin, spike at the end, and of course you can thicken it up, just add a bit more ink, or shade it in heavier with your pencil. I would use a pencil to begin because it's much easier to erase mistakes. And then the bottom eyelid comes over, like so. Remember, they don't have to be totally exact. They can be different on both sides slightly. We're not actually fully symmetrical. Sometimes you have one eye bigger than the other. Most people do anyway. And then his iris doesn't have a pupil that I can see, so you just color this in black. And we try and get them the same size roughly. Okay, and then top eyelid line, up and over, bottom eyelid, like kind of bags under his eyes, and lines at the back. So his eyebrows, right? So he's real fine, sort of pointy kind of eyebrows, right? So it's got like, it's a tick basically up first, and then it'll come across and down, like so. And you could thicken it up, so like here. And it gets thinner as we go back that way. And pretty similar on the other side. So we got a line like so, just there, and then we'll go up like so, back that way. And you can thicken it up as well. They don't have to be exactly the same on both sides. Okay, so like I said, we can't see his mouth, we can barely see his nose, right? So he's got a line that curves across his face, top of his collar, right? So it comes across here. It can be bumpy, it doesn't have to be straight line. Goes right across, down like so, okay? And then it's going to come around, back down here on both sides. Kind of bumpy like that, right? So that's covering his whole face, right? So then we can see just the line for his nose, just here. Okay. And then, so side of his face, we'll go just here. Besides, just underneath his eyebrow, see that? Just here, like so. And then, right, so then he's mostly hair and fringe, right? So the middle of his fringe is just here, okay? And if you're looking for distances, I'd say, let's say fringe to eyebrows is about the same as eyebrows to this line here. Here to here is about the same as here to here. That's where the top of his forehead would be. And then this will have hairlines just curving around, spiking, sort of zigzagging just across here. Like so, okay? And then he's got fringe coming all the way down the front of his head. So, like his hair is mostly black, so you can't really see much of the lines in here. So, curve this down across his face, right? Like that. And then we'll bring it back up the other side. Just into here. And then another one coming down this way. And these ones hang like over his ear. Like so. Back up. And then, yeah, so maybe this line will go up a bit further. And then we've one coming down here. This one goes up, like so. So these are like parts of his fringe that stick off top of his head, and this one goes down into his forehead just here, maybe like a line like that. And so the other side pretty much the same. Spiking down here. Another one coming down the back of his eye. Like so. And then we'll go back up. And how far does this one go down? Yeah, it's like goes past here. Yeah. And then back up. So 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 on each side. Like that. And then again, the big one that kind of grows out from the middle of his head. It goes out from the top, just there. And then goes all the way down to here, so it's going to go back in that. And then maybe like another line just in there. Okay. So that's basically his fringe and his hair on the front of his face, and then we can see like his ears just come in just here, coming around like that, and there's like some bones and ligaments and things inside. Like so, and then same sort of thing, you can kind of see his ear. Not much, but a little bit over here. Maybe a bit of a sideburn there. Like so. Right, so the rest of his hair then, right? So he's got like a couple of spikes that like stick up the center of his head, okay? So like, what I mean is like one here. Another one in the middle. Like that. And then they kind of grow down into this area. Come out from the fringe part. And then another one goes out and around here, back up, down into there somewhere. Okay, just 3 of those, and then the top of his head will come out from here and will have hair spikes that grow out from the side of his head. This is the top of his head up here, go down in the middle, and then it bumps back up to there, and then it will go out pretty much the same way on the other side, okay? So, like this. So it sticks out pretty wide, and then it'll spike back in, like so. And this will spike back in too. And then we got like hair spikes that stick out all the way down here, right? So, spiking out, curve back in, spike out, curve back in, spike out, curve back in. And then some at the bottom. And they go in behind this collar of his. Like that. Pretty much the same on the other side. Well, like, doesn't have to be exact same. Like, you can do generally different types as long as you get the hair growth growing in the same direction. So like, say like this one sticks up, so this one you could like have sticking down, see? Goes back in. And there's the next one sticking out. And then this one will go back in. And then there's another one going down. Back up. And then here. Back in. Lots of different ways to do it. Like so. Okay. And then his hair is like mostly black. Maybe with like some shines on it or something. Like some highlights. Okay. So, right, so his neck. So we'll do the rest of that collar, right? So it comes in this way. Like so. And then his shoulders will come out. So we'll like bump out this way. It's a bit bumpy because he's got like another sort of V type thing, so it like comes down like so. It goes down off the bottom of my page, and this will come out to about there, and then curve down like so. Okay, and there's like a skull and crossbones and all details in there as well. But we'll do the rest of his shoulders out a little bit first, like so. And he's got some bumps on the edge for folds for his jacket, just coming out like so. The other side, similar bumps out like that. And then his armpit line there, armpit line here, a longer fold line, maybe a longer fold line, and then some details on his collar. So another edge line to this V sort of line here, line coming across the top, like so. And then this has like crinkles or V's like this, right? Just like this. So we have an A and a V, like so. It's upside down each time. Okay, so just pointing up, pointing down, pointing up, Down, up, down, and all the way across, and then down the sides as well. Like so, and then we got like a skull and crossbones in here. So I've seen him with two different types. It's like maybe the old version and then a new version. So I'm not sure which one's old, which one's new. Like there's one with like a skull with wings, and then there's one that's skull and crossbones. I like the skull and crossbones one, so I'm going to draw that one. So basically, it's pretty easy. You just got to draw like a bumpy sort of curved line just around like this, right? Any old way, it doesn't matter. It's like a skull, so it's not important. And then teeth, 4 of them. So 4 teeth, just done any sort of way. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine, right? And then the nose is like an arrow pointing up, and then it's curved line in the middle, down like so, dark inside. And then the eyes are the same, so round like this. So skull eyes are kind of tend to be drawn this way when they're kind of like eggs or something. They're pointy on top, wide on the bottom. And then the crossing bones, right? So you basically, you do like this, coming up that way, right? And then the bottom part is the same, right? Up, down. Okay. Then the sides, like that. And then each one has a bumpy bone on the end. Like so. And I think that is everything. How to draw Feitan or Feitan. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but there he is from Hunter x Hunter. Hope it was helpful, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.